On a typical day at the zoo, a young gorilla was being mischievous in front of the visitors while his father watched. As soon as his dad stepped in, he quickly made the young gorilla behave. In November 2017, visitors at Twycross Zoo in Leicestershire, England, witnessed a special moment between two western lowland gorillas. Yumi, the big silverback gorilla, was resting after a busy day of gathering straw for his sleeping area. The sun was shining brightly, and he was enjoying it. People took pictures, impressed by his strong build and powerful appearance. To them, he was a great example of a strong gorilla, but to someone, he was just dad. Gorillas and humans are very much alike in their DNA and show similar behaviors. Just like how kids sometimes enjoy bothering their parents, Yui's sons, Shui and Lope, thought it was time to disturb their dad's peaceful break. As young gorillas, playing was their whole world. They spent their days full of energy, running around, chasing each other, and making noise. They were happy to play together, letting their mom and dad handle the grown-up stuff. But on that day, they wanted their dad to join in their fun. The zoo staff quickly caught the cheeky glance shared between the brothers as they eyed their dozing dad, scheming their next mischief. The workers pulled out their smartphones, eager to capture what they expected to be a touching scene among the gorillas. Shui stayed back a bit, but his big brother Lope dared to get closer to their father. As Yubi tried to snatch a moment of rest, Lope invaded his personal bubble, pretending to inspect that part of their home with great interest. It was clear to everyone that he was just trying to bug his dad, who opened and closed his eyes a few times, as if thinking, of all places, you choose to stand here? It seems that parents can never escape their kids' antics, and gorilla dads are no different. Yumi, however, stayed calm as always. Even though he was big and strong, he let out a soft grunt that sounded almost like a laugh at his son's playful behavior, showing he understood how young ones can be. Some people watching said he even shook his head like any human dad would when dealing with silliness. Maybe he realized that sometimes the best way to handle a pesky kid is to just let them be. Lope, undeterred, hopped around Yumi like a playful shadow, trying hard to get his dad's attention. Yumi kept his eyes shut, hoping Lope would find something else to do. But Lope grew bolder, inching closer and interrupting his dad's peaceful rest. Yumi was known as a gentle giant, but the zoo staff knew he could get upset quickly. Even though he was usually calm, he was still a wild animal and the leader of his group. Irritation showed in his eyes when Lope got even closer and started tearing up grass. Yumi then opened his eyes and focused on Lope as they looked at each other in silence. This moment had evolved from simple play to a challenge of limits. It was as though he was telling him, "That's enough, little one." But like all young ones, regardless of the species, Lope didn't recognize when to stop. He was determined to provoke a response from his father, not realizing he was about to receive a memorable one. As the young gorilla turned away from his father, pretending to find the ideal place for a stretch, his younger brother Shui peeked from the enclosure entrance. It seemed he was checking if his older brother had pushed the limits too far. The younger one glanced between Lope and Yumi, then slipped back into the enclosure for safety, possibly sensing his father's growing impatience. Lope stepped back for a moment, but then returned to the spot where Yumi had been resting. That's when he got the reaction he wanted. Yumi let out a sharp breath and stood up, leaving his resting place for a short walk. It seemed he was trying to calm himself before reacting too strongly in front of the visitors. He might have ignored it if his sons hadn't followed him again. It looked like Yumi wouldn't get any rest that day. When his brief time relaxing on the grass was disturbed again, Yumi decided he had had enough. He moved quickly, just allowing Lope to dodge in time, and charged across the enclosure, showing his anger. The zoo visitors were on edge, wondering what Yumi would do next. Just a few weeks earlier, the zoo staff had shared a video of Yumi jumping at his partner and sons in a fit of rage. The video wasn't meant to make Yumi look bad, but to remind people that despite their calm nature, gorillas are still wild animals with natural instincts. The visitors expected Yumi to discipline Lope, but he chose not to punish his kids for their playful behavior. They were already scared enough. Lope darted away from his dad, possibly looking for his mom or the safety of the enclosure. When he saw his father's reaction, he stopped and trembled, surprised. A soft sound of worry came out as he realized he had gone too far. Disturbed, Lope quickly gave Yumi the space he wanted. Their silent exchange showed understanding, but also a bit of stubbornness. As Lope's urge to play calmed down, he gained newfound respect for his dad, learning an important lesson. He shook his head slightly and walked away, looking for comfort and a different way to get his father's attention in the future. Finally, as Yumi enjoyed his peace, Lope joined his brother Shu to play. They found a new game, filling the area with laughter and happiness. Yet the remarkable encounter between Yumi and Lope quickly became a hit on social media. The video spread fast, sparking significant discussions online. People from various backgrounds commented on Yumi's approach to parenting. Some were entertained, noting the similarities between human and gorilla family dynamics, while others raised concerns about the survival of gorillas in their natural environments, emphasizing the challenges their habitats face and the critical need for conservation measures. As the story captured hearts worldwide, Twycross Zoo found itself at the center of this touching saga, showcasing gorilla family life. Located in the peaceful countryside of Leicestershire, England, the zoo had long been celebrated for its diverse wildlife collection, with a special focus on primates. The adventure with the gorillas started in 2009 with the arrival of 3 female western lowland gorillas named Danta, Biddy, and Ozawa, the latter being notably born at Twycross, symbolizing a crucial step in the zoo's efforts toward conservation and securing a hopeful future for the species. The dynamics changed when Yumi, a silverback, joined Twycross Zoo 3 years after the arrival of the females, bringing a wave of anticipation among everyone at the zoo for what was to come. Yumi and Ozawa paired up, and in January 2013, they welcomed their son Lope, followed by Shu's arrival on September 24, 2016. Each birth was greeted with immense joy and fascination by the zoo staff and visitors alike, charmed by their tiny, curious natures. From the outset, Yumi's sons were under his watchful eye, imitating his actions and absorbing lessons daily, growing under his supervision. As Lope and Shu matured, their playful nature not only entertained but also endeared them to onlookers, their energy unfailingly bringing smiles. However, beneath the surface of these joyful moments, a profound connection was developing between Yumi and his sons. Yumi, both gentle and authoritative, was molding Lope and Shu's bold spirits, leading them with patience and affection through the intricacies of their existence. The episode of Yumi's charge, a consequence of their playful disturbance, served as a soft yet firm lesson on the importance of boundaries and respect within their family unit. Although startled at first, Lope and Shui absorbed the lesson quickly. Through such instances of guidance and gentle correction, Yumi was sculpting their personalities, embedding in them the virtues of toughness and understanding, which are critical for their future roles as leaders within their communities, upholding harmony and providing direction to their own families. On another day, Shu received a serious look from his father because of a sudden change in Ozawa's health. Normally lively and full of energy, Ozawa had started eating less and seemed tired, which worried the zookeepers. To check on her, they separated her from her family for a closer look. The vets were relieved to find out that Ozawa only had a fever, which is common but can be serious if not treated. They quickly began giving her the right medicine to help her recover. Soon, she started to feel better and regained her usual energy, but the vets decided she should rest a bit longer before returning to her family. A few days later, they thought it was time for Ozawa to go back to her family, even though she still needed to take it easy. As she walked back into the enclosure, the familiar sights and sounds welcomed her, bringing comfort after her time away. Her sons quickly showed their joy, surrounding her with love and soft sounds of welcome. Ozawa responded with affection, hugging her sons and feeling happy to see their playful energy, which reminded her of what she had missed. Lope and Shui seemed to sense that their mom wasn't up to their usual antics. Picking up on her need for peace, they toned down their playfulness, choosing to be by her side in calm solidarity rather than engaging in their typical energetic pranks, showing a softer side of their bond in her presence. However, the pause in Shu's mischief was brief. During a lively game of chase with Lope, Shu's enthusiasm accidentally caused him to bump into Ozawa, knocking her off her feet. This left Ozawa visibly shaken and upset, struggling to stand up again. Yumi, always watchful, quickly reacted to Shu's mistake with a low growl, showing his disapproval. Surprised, Shu stopped laughing and moved to a quiet spot, feeling guilty as he reflected on his actions. In that moment, he promised to be more careful to regain his father's respect. Yumi, understanding that Shui was just young and energetic, forgave him. With Ozawa back to health, the gorilla family at Twycross Zoo thrived, deepening their bonds through shared experiences. The memory of Yumi's parenting moments left a lasting impression on zoo staff and visitors, reminding everyone of the importance of family dynamics. What are your memorable parenting stories? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.